And we're back. Oh dear. What a palaver that were. Get myself set up. Oh, I can't see screen. Hang on. Let me phone drop in. Don't want you doing that. Hello there everyone. I'm just setting myself up. Hi there Sheila. Yeah, it wouldn't let me turn the screen round sideways. I had to stop it and restart it. I tilt it just a touch more. Bring you back a bit. Right, let's see if I can get my tablet working now. Oh, do you know, I knew this was going to happen. I can't get it up on my tablet now. Right. Okay. Just bear with me. I'm going to have to go and get my computer to be able to see what you're all putting. It won't be a sec. This late plans and all of that. Right. One computer. Coming the wrong way around. Carol, shape yourself, woman. Okay. Computer. Clear a space. Oh dear. It's going to be one of them days. I can see it coming. Okay, YouTube. Wherefore art thou, YouTube? Da, 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 da. Live. There we go. Sounds off. Okay, let's see who's here. Hello. So, Sheila's here, Maureen's here, Catherine's here. Hi, the lovely Catherine. Gail's here. Yay, didn't expect to see you today. It's going to be short and sweet, trust me. This is Kelly waving madly. This is Carol waving madly from York in the UK. Woo! Oh dear. Hi there, Natalie. Hello to everyone else that's watching that isn't saying hello. Oh, what a palaver to get set up today. Hi there, Cheryl. And the madness begins. What are you trying to say, Gail? What are you trying to say, woman? Oh, Angela, that's really sweet of you. I have been rushed off my little tush. Oh dear. That and it's warm. I think that there's a storm a-brewing. So let's wait and see if anyone else turns up. Where's my brew? Where did I put... Oh, it's there. Oh, nearly had a panic attack then. You wouldn't have it any other way. Isn't there a song that has those words? I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh dear. Oh, I need that, I tell you. There's been some good versions lately, ladies, of your the barcodes and the what was the one that we did last week? Oh yeah, the where did I put it? Which page was I on? It was the 1930s one, wasn't it? Yeah, that one. Where you were all being mad. Wasn't me, it was you lot. Hi there, Lindsay. There's nothing to catch up on yet. So I haven't done anything yet. So you're alright, you haven't missed anything. So for those of you that don't know why I haven't been about much this past week is because I'm teaching a retreat. Oh, I've got glue on there. I'm teaching a retreat in Spain, and I've been packing everything up ready for the retreat, and of course you're only allowed to take so much weightage. So I've had to weigh everything, including my suitcase, to make sure that I could fit everything in, and I've had to have a bit of a rethink on a couple of things and repack them and reweigh them, and oh, it's just been... And then of course I was like, oh my god, my clothes. So of course I've been washing and drying my clothes like mad as well, so that I've got clean clothes to take, because when you're sat at home on your billy you don't have to bother. But anyway, there we go. So as I say, it's just a quick pop in today because I want to do a couple of videos that will go live during the week, so that you've got something to watch whilst I'm away. And the lovely Maureen, take a bow, Maureen, is going to be posting the links to the Facebook group when I've done them all. So yeah, so that will be going on next week. So I hope you'll all be good. Gail, not naming any names, Gail. But Maureen, you're allowed to tell Gail off if she misbehaves. You know what she's like. Yes, you, Adam. Don't sit there all innocently. Oh, I know what you're like. Oh dear. Hi there, June. You're not late. It's okay. I've only just sort of started, really. Yeah, and she's a hard taskmaster, that Maureen, you know. She'll bite your hand off if you misbehave, any of you. Oh dear. Okay, let's make a little start. Before I start this, I'm going to show you these, because these are what I'm going to put in here. So these are 2 new digital kits that I've made, because that's the other thing that I've been working on, is these. So I've made 2 new digital kits which aren't up in Etsy shop just yet. When I finish the live, I'm going to go and put them up in the Etsy store, but they are photographs, vintage photographs. So if I just show you, so on the first page you get a set of... Oh, who's that? Angela. I thought you were going on a holiday retreat. Oh no, not a personal holiday. No, it's work. And no, I don't speak Spanish. It's British ladies and a lady from Canada that's coming. So back to the digital. So the first page is a set of destructions, and yes, I did say destructions. And then if I can get all of that, yeah, I've got them all in frame. So these are some vintage, I can't even speak now, vintage photographs that I own. So I've made them into a digital kit. In fact, I've got those the wrong way around. Just bear with me one sec. That page is for that, and that page is for that. I've got them mixed up. Let's start again. Hello there, everyone. This is Carol from the Crafty Emporium. Ooh, hello. So I've created 2 new digital kits, of which I'm going to be using one of them today in the glue book. So this is the first one, which is female portraits, and these are these are photographs, actual vintage photographs that I own. So on page 1 you get a set of destructions, and then page 2 is a set of 4, page 3 is a set of 5, page 6 is a set of 3, and then the last page there's a set of 2. Okay, so that's digital kit number 1. Oh, and this one is, if I give you a close-up, can you see her scarf's been painted blue and her hair ties painted pink, and she's got little rosy cheeks. So that's set number 1. These aren't in the Etsy store yet. I'll be putting them on once the live video is finished. And then this one is Vintage Family Portraits, and again you get a set of instructions. Oh, hang on, I've got myself muxed up here. Just look at that. This isn't them at all. That's them. No wonder I was getting myself all muddled up. Let me just go and get the other set. Bear with me one sec. Ooh. Oh, oh. Find the wire, Carol. Find the wire. Okay, you'll have to see my practice sheets. I don't know whether the actual set is, but you'll get the gist. Okay, so I printed them out on cream card to start with, and I decided that they looked far better on white, and I'll show you a comparison in a minute. So this one is vintage family portraits. Okay, so this one you've got them. Now I'll show you them on the cream. So let me put them 2 side by side. Whilst they actually work better on the white, I think. They're a bit clearer on white. And then you've got this set here, this set of 5. I love these girls. These look like the witches of Eastwick, I thought. Oh dear. And then this, I love this one as well. I love this family. Didn't know about birth control then, obviously. And then this one, and again, I love this image. They've won first prize, so it must be decorate the pram or do something for Easter or something like that. But look them in their best bonnets, and they've won first prize. And then this one here with the mum, the dad, and the little one. So they'll be going up in the Etsy shop once we're done. And that's that. But I'm going to use the female portraits one in today's glue book. Now obviously you don't need the you don't need them to be able to do this. On slip of tea again. Oh dear. Never mind, whilst the cat's away the mice will play, Barbara. I thought you were going, oh, I've read that one. Note to self, get printer sorted. Yes, Gail, get your printer sorted. Thank you, Catherine. I'm glad you like them. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Barbara. Okay, so I found this image ages and ages and ages and ages and ages ago. So in other words, a long time ago. And I really liked it. And so what I want to do is I want to recreate something of a similar ilk. So that's why today's prompt is called A Bit of Vintage. All right. Doesn't matter what vintage era you go for, but that's the kind of thing that I'm kind of going to aim for. Okay. So what I was thinking of was I wanted to use that girl at the back, the one that was painted. Where's she gone? That one. So I want to use that one, but I love her as well. I've used her actually on the front of a journal before, but I want to use her in this one. So I'm going to use that as this image here. And then I thought, you see there's a little oval down here, and I thought that I could use that one. So I could cut an oval out of that, and so it looks as though it's like that's her older self and that's her younger self. Yeah, does that make sense? So that's what I was thinking of. So the main photograph here and then the oval one here. And then for this bit here, I thought, hang on, I've got myself in a muddle now. So the cabinet cards, the digital kit of mine that's the cabinet cards, I was thinking of using that for that bit there, for the text bit. Okay, so that's my thought process. Right, let me gather myself together and get my bits together. So I want those three. Don't need you, so you can all go to the side. Right, you're going to go up there so that I've got you visually to look at. Stay. Stay. There's another slurp of tea. Now then, I'll show you the other things that I've sorted out to go along with it, alright? So those are the two photographs that I'm going to use. In fact, I tell you what, let's cut them out so I'm not dealing with big sheets of paper. So putting you to one side, keeping you, and we're chopping you out. Okay, now then, these are the other bits that I've sorted out, which are lots of bits of my vintage laces that I thought that I could use. Hang on, shift my bum on my chair. And the other thing that I've sorted out is this timeless texture stamp that I've got from Stampin' Up, because I really like this image, and because it sort of looks as though it's missing bits, it kind of looks vintage. Okay, and I've sorted out my crumb cake to use as well as my ink colour. Okay, now then, when I looked at the original, see, I've put it up there, look, and I need it back. When I looked at the original, it's got this fabric on the back, and as the light is shining on it, it's very light up here and then darker down here, and that's because of the texture of the fabric that it's been put on. I've got two choices. One is to use some lace on the back. Now, the problem with using my lace is that, hi there Jill, is that it starts to bulk up and it takes it away from being glue bookish. I did think about this one as well, because my pages are dark. I thought about using the lighter one on the page, but as I say, my worry with that was that it's starting to take it away from the glue book part of it, and so I don't think that I'm going to use those as my background page, but that's just me. If you want to use the lace for your background, go for it. So what I thought that I would do is I'm going to use that stamp. Right, I'm going to put you there. Stay there. I'm going to use that stamp to create my background. So I want a page that's fairly flat. That one, that's fairly flat. And what I thought about doing was stamping that image all over the page to make it look like the background. That's my first thought process. Does your brain ever switch off? Rarely, Gail, rarely. You know how you all have lives? as in, you go to the pictures, you might go out with your family. Yeah, I don't do any of that. I just sit here all day, every day, crafting, working away, thinking of ideas. So that's what I do from the moment I get up to the moment I go to bed. Okay. So I just need to lightly tap it because these ink pads are really, really, really juicy. So I'm just going to stamp this image all over. Now then, let me think. Do I want a uniform or do I want to twist and turn it? I need a slurp of tea to help me think. I think I'm going to do a uniform. Or uniform-ish, as in all facing the same way. And it doesn't matter if it's not a perfect print. I have a tendency, because I always push down on the ink pad too much, I think. I always have a tendency to get the ink right around the edge. So I'm trying to teach myself to just tap. What I should have done was one in the middle first. And then I would have known my sizes, wouldn't I? Not to worry. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be perfect, Carol. Oh, see, that's going to be too close. Ooh, let me move that to the edge. Ooh, it's still in the wrong place. I know I've inked a bit now. Oh well. We'll cover that bit over. Don't tell. Alright, put it back in the middle. Oh, in fact, no. Yes. And I'm going to do the ones at the edge separately. Trim your stamp closer. Oh, I can't trim through all that thickness. It's a thick one. It's just me, I'm a bit useless with the ink pad really. Right, then I'm going to go in between. But I thought it made quite a nice overall pattern. There, you see, look, I tilted it, look. I just got it on the edge there. I'm hopeless at doing that. Okay, and again. Do you know, I have a feeling that that picture might be too big, but we'll see. I've got one, Maureen, but it doesn't fit on my book because that's really for individual pages or individual pieces rather than pages that are already in a book. It's not so easy. Right, I'm leaving that side one, so I'll just move my stamp. So I need to come back and do that one there. So we've got a line of 3 and a line of 2. Done them a lot closer. Right, and 1. Ooh, get ink on the edge. The other thing as well is that Stampin' Up also do like little square cube pads that you can add your own ink to, the re-inkers that they've got to them, and I think for me they will be better for me than the full pad when I'm tapping the pad onto the stamp. If I'm tapping the stamp into the pad, I don't think it's quite so bad, but oh, I wanted to move that, didn't I? Look, I'm so busy gassing. Okay, so I want that on the edge. But yeah, I think the little pads for me will be a lot better. As I say, I'm not the best stamper in the world. And one more. In fact, I might even put another one in there. I think I'm a bit heavy-handed. See, these rings are in the way. I think I want to add half a one there. Now I haven't anywhere else, but let's have a look. So I could add half a one in there. Half a one in there. And then the bottom bits at the top. Plus, as I say, Maureen, these ink pads, they're so juicy when you first get them. Half there. And then if I do the top bit at the bottom, does that make sense? And then that bit down there. Well, you didn't stamp that one quite so well, Carol. Let's see if I can just tap it up. Might be double stamping, might have a bit of a shadow. Ah, it'll do. Okay, so that's now my background. Ooh, there we go. So let's put that shut. And as I say, I learnt a new trick through watching videos the other day. So they get this, there's this little lip here to pick them up. But another way of doing it is to do it that way. Is you push there. You see? I can't do it now. Push there and it opens it up. I thought that was quite nifty, that. Okay, let's put you to one side. You're finished with. And another celebrity. Let me just see what you've been putting. Off to make a coffee. Oh, I don't know about that, Natalie. Off to make a coffee. It's a stamp. You'll see. You'll see next week, Sheila. So I'm bringing it with me. Bit of a job to explain, Sheila. No, don't worry, Sheila. I'll show you mine next week. But it's a little stamping thing. That's me universal symbol for me stamping, for me Misty. Except I didn't get a Misty. So I want to get the stamping up one, obviously being the stomping up demonstrator. Okay, oval punch now. Okay, let's trim off some of this excess so I can get my punch in. Turn it upside down. Oh, need to trim a bit more off. A little bit more. So if I get these pieces all cut out, so I reckon about there. And that's my oval bit. So I suppose in a way that this is a little bit like doing a scrapbook page. And that will be there. Okay. And I probably won't end up cutting this straight either. Get rid of them bits. So that will go there. Yes, look at that. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to see about adding some of my lace. Now I'm going to add some of my vintage lace to this, but don't forget you can use the likes of your punches. So if you imagine this punched out and sticking out above the top of the picture, it helps to keep it flatter. So if you're wanting to go for a slightly flatter page, then I would consider using your paper punches for doing that. But I'm going to use some of my lace. So I did think about this across the bottom and then that on top. And then I did think about using these pieces and cutting them out and sticking them out on across the top. Okay, so let's just place it under just to get an idea of what it could look like. So yeah, I like that. So I'm going to cut those three out because it will only take, oh, I don't want the three. I'm going to take the three middle ones, I think. Have a look at them size wise. Because the thing is, this was a collar, you see. So in fact, if I go 1, 2, and then the bigger one in the middle. Yeah, so because it was a collar, it goes from small through to large. So I'm going to use you. You there, you can come off. You there, we're about the same size. Because the other thing is as well with the lace is it will form lumps and bumps on the underneath the picture. So I'm going to trim off a fair bit of the excess. Either that or I will mount that onto some slightly thicker card. I'll put the bigger one in the middle. Put you off at a slight angle, and you. Yep, liking that. The next thing that I thought of was I've got this beautiful piece of crochet as well. Can you see it's got these little flowers in? So I was thinking of cutting those flowers out and arranging them on the top of the image here. But I don't, there's a part of me that's like, oh, I don't want to cut it. You know what that's like, don't you, girls? I don't want to hack it. Right, I'm going in. I'm hacking. Oh, God. Oh, God. I've cut it. There's a woman walking past me now. Oh, no, a man walking past me looking at me as though I'm weird. Because I'm sat here crying. Oh, I've cut it. I've got a big hole. Hi there, Carolyn. Carolyn, can I just say thank you so much for your lovely comments on the videos. I think it was you. In fact, I'm sure it was you. I haven't had a chance to respond yet. And I just wanted to say thank you. The last one was an essay. But it was lovely to read, so thank you very much for that. Oh, I've cut my flower. Okay, so I can put one on. Right, I'm going in. I'm cutting another one. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, in fact, hang on. I'm definitely hacking into it now, look. So I think that I'm going to put you up there. Yes. Okay, hacking into it again. I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm cutting a hole in you. I can't sing properly. My breathing's not so great again today, I think because it's so close outside weather-wise that it's a bit too warm, and I mean, I can't sing anyway. I can sing even less when I'm not breathing properly. So I think you, there and there, there and there, maybe. Actually, I'm wondering, you see, now I've stamped it, I'm wondering if this should be at the front of my book. Because of the bulk on it. Right, decision's made, it's been ripped out. Oh, can I rip it out? Is there anything on the back? Oh, stuff on the back I can't. Okay, it's going to have to stay where it is. Alright, now then, the other thing, oh, it's going very dark outside. The other thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to ink the edges of these up. Now then, I think I'm going to just ink this one up with the brown. Where did I put my ink? There. It's there. Where did I put my dabber? There. But with the little oval one, I'm going to ink it up with my Inca Gold. I don't know whether that no, Barbara, was to my cutting or my singing. Probably me singing. And the other thing that I'm going to do is once I've inked this up, I'm actually going to glue it onto a slightly thicker piece of card as well. Just to give it a little bit more body, because my printer will not take really thick card. It'll only take thin card. So the card that I've used isn't very strong, and I think that this is going to need a little bit of support, and I'm paying attention to the corners. So can you see what I've done with inking up the corners there? I've done them so that they're slightly rounded, and the way in which I do that is I do that at the corner and then just take it off at a slight angle and then a slight angle again, so that it helps to give it that. You won't see it down here probably because of the, so I do it there on the corner and then take it round slightly and then bring it back, and it just helps to give that slightly rounded edge with the inking up. So let me close that up a minute. So I'm going to get some thicker card out. I love your singing, because I do the same thing, just randomly break into song. There's nowhere to moving your page, no rules in glue books. Oh, I can't move it. You see, I was thinking that because of all the texture on it, I could use it as that very first page, but I've got stuff on the other side of it, so I can't. Okay, card. Let me find a, oh, that's thicker. Right, let's stick you on there. I came with glue, so that's the other. I've packed all my glues away, so I haven't got, oh, in fact, she looks nice with a bit of a gold border around. Oh, it was meant to be. Well, you see, I don't dry my hair with a hairdryer either. I let mine dry naturally, but because I've got naturally curly hair. So, I mean, I've got all the equipment. Come on, glue. Don't run out on me now. I've got all the equipment to dry my curly hair, but I just can't be bothered. That's like an hour of my life that I'll never get back. And I can think of all the crafting I can be doing whilst my hair's drying, so I just let it dry natural now. I like her with that bit of gold round. Be likey. Okay, let's trim that off. scrap bag. Now then, I want those bits of lace because let me move my book. Stick you in there a minute. There we go. So I want to do this. So let me just lay them on there a minute. So I actually want to chop off just above the flower, or halfway. Let's do halfway through the flower. So as I say, I don't want a whole load of bulk behind my picture. And then I'm going to put a line of glue across the back. I'm going to do the middle one first. I'm just going to pat it down on top. So now I can flip it over. I've got a rough idea. And then that one will go for an angle there. And that one will go for an angle there. Just check. Yes. Okay. Baby wipes. Did I bring the... No. Yes, I did. My hair is like a yard of pumped water without a little help. Well, there's a saying I've never heard of before. Hi there, Ligaya. I think I'm saying that right. Oh no, I'm not singing again. I can't sing properly today. The voice is too throaty to be able to... Oh heck, I've just dropped my thingy on the floor. Hang on. In fact, I'm kind of wondering about that now as well. No, don't go over the top, Carol. Okay, so I want that there. I want that there. Bring that down slightly. And then this one was going to have that little oval one underneath it. Okay, so let's see if I can do it without getting glue everywhere. That's close. Ligaya. See, some people have some real weird and wonderful names, both as their real name and as their YouTube names. And so sometimes it's really quite difficult to pronounce them. And you don't want to embarrass yourself by saying it incorrectly because you don't want to offend anyone. Oh, my glue's running out. Okay, so let's stick this first piece on. Let me tilt that down. Keep the glue at one end. I'm going to put her up there. Now, one of the things that I want, it's Philippines, means joy, happiness. Oh, how lovely. I'd like to say mine means something, but it doesn't. One of the things I wanted to say about this was, can you see how I've looked at an image and I've drawn inspiration from it? I mean, I've not quite copied it, but no, not far off in terms of how it looks. So always be on the lookout for images, not just so that you can use them in... Come on, glue! Not just so as you can use them in your glue book, but for inspiration. So, Another good source of looking for inspiration is having a look at scrapbooking pages. So they're always a great source as well for inspiration. Right, hold that down a minute. Okay, and then this, as I say, I want to ink the edge of this up in gold. So I'm going to use a baby wipe. So mine's dried out a little bit, but if I just wipe it over with a baby wipe, can you see I've got ink on the edge there now? And then I can just go around the edge of it, inking it up with the gold. It's a bit more. And then with having the gold on the back of her as well, it just now ties it all in together a little bit more. Yeah. Just wipe that gold off my finger. Another slurp of tea. Which part of Spain are we off to? Now then, being British, I would say Andalusia. If I was Spanish, I would say Andalucia. But I'm not Spanish. Hi there, Julie. You have to watch us back on replay, darling. I'm kind of thinking, do I want her up on a little bit of a... No, it needs to be flat. I was thinking that she would look lovely having a little bit of dimension, and I think if it was a scrapbook page, I would add some dimensionals underneath her to add that little bit of height. But because of it being a glue book and I'm going to be gluing on all the other pages, I'm actually going to keep her flat. So I'll put some glue on her. Oh, I was going to put that underneath, wasn't I? Right, let's glue that down. Oh, come on, glue. You've not long to go. There, that was roughly the shape, wasn't it? Thereabouts. There. Oh, I want my glue out. Always love your tutorials and always learn a lot. Laugh? What do you mean you laugh a lot? Anyone would think I was comical. Okay. This is her on top there. I need a bit more glue on those corners. Right, what have you all got to say for yourself? My page is frozen. Oh. You know why it freezes? Because my phone has just put up a little message. And as soon as it puts up a message, it goes, oh, we're freezing everything. Sorry about that. So tell me my battery's low. So it's a good job I'm nearly done. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Julie. Okay. Last couple of bits to stick on my crochet flat. Oh, chucking them away now after I've cut them out. So I'm just going to stick those crochet flowers on there, and I might add a couple of little tiny flowers on too. So I want a bit glue on there, and I'm using my glossy accents for this because I could have got my Fabri-Tac out. Thought of that, did you, Carol? Didn't think of that at all. said you could move. There we go. So yeah, so I think just maybe a tiny flower, 2 tiny flowers here and 1 tiny flower there. In fact, let me just see if I can reach them. My flower suitcase. Nope, gems. Oh, there we go. So, in my little suitcase, got all my flowers. And I think that maybe baby, maybe them. And then actually this adds a tiny bit of colour. Ooh, that might be too big. I think I want my teeny tiny ones. You see, now if I was doing that as a front cover for a journal, I'd use that flower. What about the leaves? This would be lovely actually as a journal cover. Quite like the leaves. And then I'll add 2 tiny little flowers on there. So you there, and you slotted under there. And then I don't think, you don't knock them, I don't think my little teeny tiny ones are in here. They're too big. I've got some real tiny ones. Let you out for a minute. I think they're in my other. I think they're in my other little suitcase. Stick. No, too big. Bear with me a minute. Just looking for my other flowers. No, they're definitely all too big. Huh. Don't know where they've gone. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one of these on for now. Maybe. Am I? No, I want the smaller ones. I want my little flower punch. And what I'll do is I'll punch out a couple of little baby pink flowers and put them on there. But I'm not reaching round for that now. Okay, so you get the general gist. One of the things that I thought about putting here was I've actually got a Flower Fairies book. And in the Flowers Fairies book, it had got, obviously, little verses relating to each of the flower fairies, but I thought one of those cut out would be quite nice on there too. So that was another thought that I'd had, but I thought that the colours of this went really nicely. But yeah, so that's today's glue book page. Is that, I think, another leaf as well. You laid on your sofa with a latte. All right for some, Caroline. Teeny tiny knickers. What are you on about, Maureen? What's everyone doing while we watch Carol slave for a page? Ah, well, I've stopped slaving now. I'm done. Flat back pearls in the flower centre. Yeah, I thought about that in there. In the centre of those. But as I say, I mean, I have got some dimension there, so I can actually put a couple of flat back pearls in there. But if it was a flat crochet flower, I wouldn't, because as I say, because this is a glue book and I'm going to be gluing on the other side, I want it sort of reasonably flat. It's just when I come to glue on this page, obviously I've got all that texture now underneath there, so that could prove to be a problem, but we'll see how we go. So that was the original that I got my inspiration from, and that's the one that I've created. But as I say, when you look at images now, don't just look at them for your glue book in terms of, oh, I could cut that up. Look at them for inspiration too. And in fact, what I might do is I might cut this out and actually stick this onto this page, so that you can see where the inspiration has come from. I love this tassel hanging. You see the tassel there? Love that little tassel. And I've got some brass charms as well, some flat ones, so you know, I might add a brass charm there. Might not, we'll see. But yeah, wouldn't that make a lovely journal cover? I might replicate this on one of the journals that I'm going to do actually. So yeah. Oh well, I'm glad we've cheered you up, June. I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling none too grand. Okay, ladies, any questions? And as I say, I'll be adding these to my Etsy store once I get off of here. Well, once I've been to spend a penny, that is. But shh, don't tell everyone. My tea's gone cold too. When are we coming back? So there won't be a glue book page next Sunday, I'm afraid. So after that. You're welcome, Julie. I'm just conscious of the fact that the phone might freeze again in a minute because as I say, I know my battery is starting to run a little bit low. So I'm going to leave it there, ladies. Thank you very much again for joining me. It's been lovely having your company again. I need to go onto my Facebook group now as well, because I know that I've got some messages, and I know that Hilda was asking me about magnets. So yeah, but we'll try and do a live whilst we're away, depending on internet out there, so that you can see us all slaving away in the hot sunshine. It's meant to be in the 90s next week. Ooh, best page yet. Thank you. Actually, I quite enjoyed those two. Very simple, but I thought that they worked really lovely. So yeah, but I think that's really pretty. But I think the lace just makes it. So yeah, I think I might do that on the front cover of a journal, because I quite like it. You're not jealous at all. Just a smidge then, girl, just a smidge. Right then, ladies, I'm going. Thank you very much for joining me again. Can't wait to see what you all come up with. But the prompt is a bit of vintage. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon, and don't forget, no glue book next Sunday, so you're on your own. Play catch up if you need to with some of the others that you might not have done yet. And I'll see you all again soon. And don't forget, Maureen's got her eye on you all. Okay guys, see you later. Bye. Ta-ra. Love you. Bye. Love